who lace up before sunrise, who don't let a hard hit keep them down, who want the ball when the game's on the line. So team up with the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute at Texas Medical Center, Memorial City, or the Woodlands, where our affiliated surgeons, specialists, and physical therapists offer all athletes the elite care they need to forge ahead.
And welcome into Husky Field here for the finale of this three-game series between HBU and LIU Brooklyn. Huskies coming in with a record of 6-4 after splitting yesterday's doubleheader. The Blackbirds now at 3-5. Again, the lineup for LIU: Charles Misiano to lead it off, playing second base. Joe Curcio batting second, playing left field. Batting third, the third baseman Andrew Turner. Batting cleanup, the DH William Jackson. Batting fifth and catching is Harrison Preschel. Batting sixth at first base, Dom Peyote. Batting seventh in right field, Joe Mercadante. Batting eighth in center field is Andrew Smith. And batting ninth, the shortstop Luis Arias. On the mound today for HBU, sophomore right-hander Zach Carter, 5'10", 170, from Arlington, Texas, Pantego Christian Academy. For the season, Zach 2-0 in 2 starts, 3.27 ERA. He's given up 5 runs, 4 of them earned, on 11 hits with 13 strikeouts and 2 walks in 11 innings. And defense for Carter today. The battery mate is senior catcher Blake Thomas. Over at first base is Jake Pulshawn. Second base, Jack Fitzgerald. Shortstop, Tyler DePretta Johnson. And at third base, making his first career start for HBU, is Kendrick Holmes. In left field, Spencer Halloran. In center field, Zane Otten. And in right field is Brandon Brents. So Misiano to lead it off for the Blackbirds. First pitch from Carter is down low for a ball. Ball 2 outside. Misiano coming in hitting .290. 6 RBIs and 2 runs scored. The 2-0 from Carter just misses inside. And a 4-pitch walk to Misiano to lead it off here in the first inning.
The left fielder, number 30, Joe Curcio.
Brings up Joe Curcio, left-handed batter, against Carter. Hitting .409 with a double, 2 triples, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Just strike called. Runner bluffed going to second. Curcio, a freshman from Wayne, New Jersey, takes strike 2 from Carter. Curcio went 2 for 5 in the second game of yesterday's doubleheader. 1 for 4 in the first game. The ground ball to shortstop. Tyler DePretta Johnson flips it to Fitzgerald. The throw over to first in time for the double play. Jack Fitzgerald taking that flip from Tyler DePretta Johnson with the bare hand turning. Firing to Pulshawn, and now there's 2 outs and nobody on here in the first inning. Brings up Andrew Turner, junior third baseman for the Blackbirds. Takes that pitch inside for a ball. Turner from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. It's a high chopper to short. DePretta Johnson has it. Throw over to first in time. So we head to the bottom of the first inning, no score. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
The good news is America is coming back. More jobs, more building, more of what makes our country great. And more cities and towns, more small businesses and big corporations are choosing the highly skilled, highly trained members of the IBEW to do the work. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is committed to doing the job right, on time, safely. America's making a big comeback, and the IBEW is proud to do our part.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's so nimble and fluid, but sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our renowned Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
Russ Renault back here at Husky Field. We head to the bottom of the first inning. LIU getting a leadoff base runner, but that Carter getting a double play ball and a ground out, facing the minimum. Leading off for HBU, lineup looks like this: Spencer Halloran in left field. Batting second and playing center field, Zane Otten. Batting third, the first baseman, Jake Pulshan. Middle third of the order is Jovan Martyr, the DH. Blake Thomas batting fifth and catching. Batting sixth in right field is Brandon Brents. Batting seventh is Kendrick Holmes at third base. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Jack Fitzgerald. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Tyler DePretta Johnson. On the mound today for LIU, senior right-hander Nick Fragermill, making his third start of the year. He's 1-1 with an 11.00 ERA. He's given up 12 runs, 11 earned on 15 hits, with 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 9 innings. Here's Halloran. Takes strike one on the inside corner. Spencer Jr. from Sheffield, Iowa, comes in hitting .487. 3 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, 13 driven in, and 12 runs scored. Yesterday, Spencer went 7 for 9 combined in the doubleheader. 3 for 4 with a double in game 2, 2 driven in, 2 runs scored, 4 for 5 with a triple, an RBI, and a run scored in game 1. Takes strike 2 on the inside corner. So Spencer among the league leaders in the Southland in RBIs, triples, and runs scored. The 1-2 pitch. Slider just misses high to even the count. Spencer's probably up there with that .487 batting average as well. 2-2 pitch. And a ground ball. And that is called a foul ball. Third base umpire Rick Guzman. That was close. Not too much argument from head coach Jared Moon. Your home plate umpire is Caleb Underwood. First base is Andrew Chestnut. Again, Guzman at third. So again, the 2-2 from Fragermill. Halloran just gets a piece of it to stay alive. Fragermill, 6'5", 210, a senior from Franklinville, New Jersey. A little bit of a sidearm motion, sweeping across in that 6'5" frame. Ball down low. The count goes full to Halloran. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line. And that is going to be out of play. Spencer gave it a ride. Just couldn't keep it fair. Here's another 3-2 pitch from Frangemil. Missing up high, and Halloran is on with a leadoff walk.
The center fielder, number 9, Zane Otten.
Now I'll bring up Zane Otten. Zane back healthy after injuring his thumb in the first series of the season against Fordham. Started yesterday's second game. Went 1 for 3 with an RBI and scored 3 times. Throw over to first. So Zane on the season, just 1 for 4, and has scored 4 times. Frangemil with the pitch. Swinging a drive into left center field, and that's going to get down for extra bases. Otten on his way to second. Halloran being waved home. Otten now heading for third, and he is in there with a stand-up triple. Huskies grab a 1-0 lead on an RBI triple by Zane Otten. Now that brings up Jake Pulshan, junior first baseman from Menifee, California. 6'4", 225, comes in hitting .323. Pair of doubles, takes that pitch down low. 7 driven in and 6 runs scored for Jake. Otten the runner at third. Frangemil with the 1-0. A slider on the inside corner for strike 1. One pitch driven to center field. Smith is there, makes the catch. Otten will come home and score easily, and the Huskies lead it 2-0.
Designated hitter number 29, Joe Van Marner.
Set up the defense for LIU. Frangemil, the pitcher, his battery mate is Preschel. Peyote at first, Misiano at second, Arias at short, Turner at third, Curcio in left, Smith in center, and Mercadante in right. Joe Van Marner squares to bunt, and it is fouled down the third baseline. Joe, senior outfielder. He's the DH today. 6'1", 195 from Anaheim, California, Canyon High School and Cypress College. Joe comes in hitting .229, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. Takes that pitch down low for ball 1. Joe 2 for 4 with a double and 2 driven in game 2 yesterday. Going 0 for 5 in game 1. And that pitch also misses down low. It's 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. Huskies leading 2-0, bottom of the first inning. Van Marter with a big swing. Fouls it off to even the count at 2. Spencer Halloran drawing a leadoff walk, followed by RBI triple to left center by Zane Otten, who then came home on the sacrifice fly by Jake Pulshan. The 2-2 to Van Marter. Joe with a swing and a miss for out number 2.
The catcher, number 35, Blake Thomas.
Brings up senior catcher Blake Thomas. 5'11", 195 from Austin, Texas. To Westwood High School, 1 year at UTRGV. Then to Ranger College. Squares to bunt. Pulls it back and takes strike 1. Blake hitting .292. A double, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Started the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. Takes a ball outside. 0 for 2 with a pair of walks in game one, then got the afternoon off. One pitch. A slider in there for strike two. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. A pair of strikeouts for Jamil. But the Huskies take a 2-0 lead as we head to the second. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
we know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
Top of the second inning here at Husky Field. Russ Renault welcoming you in on HBUHuskies.com. Whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on the Legacy Sports Network, thanks for joining us here on this cool overcast morning in Houston. William Jackson to lead it off for the Blackbirds. Takes ball one high from Carter. Swings and pulls that one foul. Jackson 6'2", 205, left-handed batter from Hamden, Connecticut. Comes in hitting 240. Takes ball two outside. Has a double. Hasn't driven in a run yet. Has scored 3 times. The 2-1 pitch. Way out in front of a changeup. A swing and a miss for strike two. Two-two pitch. Bounces in front of the plate, and the count goes full to Jackson. Payoff pitch, swung on and fouled off the left side. The chopper to second. Fitzgerald has it. The throw over to first for the first out.
Catcher number 3, Harrison Prashul.
Harrison Preschel, the batter. 5'9", 205, senior from Teaneck, New Jersey. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Carter. And that pitch just misses outside. Chopper towards third. That will go foul. Carter ahead and count 1-2. An overcast day here in Houston, expecting rain. That's why we started at 11 o'clock this morning. That's why we played the doubleheader yesterday. 1-2, another chopper foul. So 66 degrees at game time. Wind blowing out of the east at 14 miles per hour, so it's blowing out towards left center. 330 down the lines here at Husky Field, 380 in the gaps, 400 on either side of the batting eye in center field, about 405 to straightaway center. 1-2 the count on Preschel. Carter into the windup and the pitch. Fastball swung on, chopped to third. Kendrick Holmes has it. Throw over to first in time for the out. So 2 down now in the top of the second inning.
First baseman, number 20.
Huskies
Don Peyote.
wearing their pinstripe pants, white with a blue pinstripe, thicker blue stripe down the side with orange accent. Blue top with HBU and orange block across the front. Military appreciation caps, camo with the blue bill, the American flag in the middle of the HBU. Batter is Don Peyote, first baseman. Hitting .286 now in the season, a double, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. And there's strike 2 from Carter. Peyote, a junior from Rochelle Park, New Jersey. Left-handed batter against the righty Carter. Down and in for ball 1. Peyote 0 for 3 with an RBI in game 2 yesterday. 1 for 3 and scored a run in game 1. The 1-2 pitch. Low and outside to even the count. Two-two pitch. Grounder to short. Tyler DePretta Johnson over to first for the out. 1-2-3 inning for Zach Carter, and we head to the bottom of the second. HBU 2, LIU nothing. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
If you drive around in Texas, dude, you could be a polluter, and that's just rude, but there's a way to help keep the air clean. Gotta take care of your machine. It's the one with wheels, speedometer. This message goes out to both the sexes. Take care of your car, drive clean across Texas. Keep your engine tuned, keep air in the tires, make friends with a mechanic that's a guy with pliers. Please don't speed, that pollutes to the max. Don't sit there and idle, turn it off, relax. Read the paper, meditate. Combine errands if you can, carpool. Fill up with gas after dark when it's cool. If you see some car spitting out smoke, they're messing with the air, and that's no joke. The message is simple, it shouldn't perplex us. Take care of your car, drive clean across Texas. It doesn't matter if you drive a Ford or a Lexus. Take care of your car, drive clean across Texas. Brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation and the Texas Natural Resource Conservation Commission. Drive clean across Texas.
Bottom of the second inning here in Houston, HBU with a 2-0 lead. Brandon Brents to lead it off for the Huskies. Senior outfielder from Murrieta, California. The only left-handed bat in the lineup for HBU. First pitch on the way from Nick Frajamil. On the inside corner at the knees for strike 1. Brandon comes in hitting .225, 3 doubles, 3 RBIs, and 8 runs scored. Squares to bunt and fouls it back. Counts now 0-2. Seen a number of the Huskies. Van Marter, Blake Thomas, and Brents, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, have all showed the drag bunt, trying to put the pressure on the Blackbirds' defense here early. 0-2 from Frajamil. Swung on and missed. Bounces in front of the plate. The throw down to first. Pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Brents is safe. It's going to be an error on the catcher, allowing Brents to reach on the strikeout.
Third baseman, number 6, Kendrick Holmes.
So Brent's the runner on at first. Kendrick Holmes the batter. Third baseman Turner in on the grass. Kenny squares to bunt. Takes ball one outside. Kendrick with his first 2 hits as a Husky. He came in to replace Austin Zellweger yesterday. Austin dealing with a quad issue. So Kendrick now 2 for 3 on this season with a run scored. Appeared in 18 games last season as a true freshman, mostly as a pinch runner, and did not record a hit last year, coming up with 2 yesterday. So he gets the start today at third base. Throw over to first, and Brents is back in safely. Told you about the Huskies uniforms in the top of the inning. Blackbirds with their road gray pants, black tops with blackbirds in gray across the front, all black cap with interlocking LIU on the front. Holmes gets down the bunt. Jamil fields it, and the throw over to first for the first out. Kendrick Holmes lays down the sacrifice bunt, moving Brents up to second.
10, Jack Fitzgerald.
Now the batter's junior second baseman Jack Fitzgerald. 5'11", 180 from Mason City, Iowa. Jack hitting 194. The double, a home run, 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored. His home run came yesterday, a solo shot in game 2, his first as a Husky. Jack went 1 for 5 in that game. Lone hit being the home run. Went 1 for 4 and scored a run in the first game. Jamil with a 1-0 pitch, down and in, and blocked by Preschel. Jamil comes set. Time is called at the plate. Brents leads away from second. Now Jamil with a 2-0 pitch, down low for ball 3. They have Austin Zellweger dealing with a quad injury. Zane Otten coming back after being hit in the thumb in the opening series. Had been out until yesterday. Jack Fitzgerald dealing with a little bit of a thumb injury. Took a hard slide at second base yesterday, taken out on a potential double play ball. Jack stayed in the game, and he's back here in the starting lineup today. Head coach Jared Moon on the pregame show said we'd see how Jack deals with that today. He's ahead in the count now, 3-1. Pitch on the way, a ground ball. Chop fouled to run the count full. Payoff pitch on the way to Fitzgerald. Just gets a piece of it. Fouls it back. Spin and a turn to chase Brents back to second. Nobody covering. Three-two pitch. Fitzgerald with a ground ball to the left side. Turner has it. Throw over to first for the second out.
The shortstop, number 3, Tyler.
Brings up Tyler DePretta Johnson. Junior shortstop, 5'9", 180 from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Trabuco Hills High School and Golden West College. Hitting .333, 3 RBIs and 5 runs scored. Tyler 2 for 4, pair of runs in game 1. 2 for 4 the first game. There's a pop-up to the pitcher, Frangiemil. Called off by the third baseman, Turner, who makes the catch for the third out. So we head to the third inning. HBU 2, LIU nothing. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
At Memorial Hermann, we're many parts working in harmony, performing more brain and spinal surgeries than anyone in Houston, conducting groundbreaking research at our Misher Neuroscience Institute, establishing the region's largest network of certified stroke centers. Some might say this makes for an accomplished performance, but to us, it's all in a day's work. Memorial Hermann. Breakthroughs every day.
International Brotherhood of Electric Workers, Local 716 in Houston, get up for work each day because we believe building schools to code matters. Because building Houston's hospitals correctly saves lives. Because training for 10,000 hours makes a difference. That's why we get up, because we want to make a difference. To be the best, hire the best.
IBEW, where skill and value lock arms. The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
Russ Renault back here at Husky Field, where the HBU with a 2-0 lead over LIU. The series finale of this 3-game set. Final game of a 7-game homestand for HBU. Huskies will be on the road next weekend, taking on the University of Kansas. 3 games in Lawrence, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday at 3 o'clock, Saturday at 2 o'clock, and Sunday at 1 o'clock. Joe Mercadante to lead it off against Zach Carter. Takes ball 1 outside. We'll have all 3 of those games from Lawrence on the Legacy Sports Network. And there's a smash down the left field line just past the diving Kendrick Holmes. Mercadante will hold up at second with a stand-up double. First hit of the game for the Blackbirds. Mercadante came in hitting .353. That's his 3rd double of the season. Also has a triple. Has driven in 6 and scored 3. That'll bring up Andrew Smith. Smith, a sophomore from Wayne, Pennsylvania. He's hitting .278 with a double, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Went 1 for 4 and drove in 2 in game 2 yesterday. Pinch hit in the first game, 1 for 1, and scored a run. First pitch from Carter's down low. So again, 3-game series in Kansas next weekend. The Huskies come back home for a midweek game against Stephen F. Austin here at Husky Field before beginning Southland Conference play. It's ball 2 outside. The Huskies begin Southland Conference play on St. Patrick's Day in Thibodaux, Louisiana. So March 17th at Nichols, 6 o'clock, your Southland Conference opener. Smith is taking all the way. Strike one from Carter. The chopper on the third base side, and that goes foul. Umpires get together, said it went off of Smith's foot. They called the foul immediately, and it's 2-2. Runner on at second, Mercadante with a leadoff double. Nobody out. In the top of the third inning, HBU leading LIU 2-0. That pitch misses up high. The count goes full. Get the rare Sunday off tomorrow. As long as we can squeeze all of this game in today before the rain comes. Payoff pitch on the way. Low and away for ball 4. Second walk of the game issued by Carter. The first two runners on here in the third inning for HBU. Brings up the shortstop, Luis Arias. Sophomore from New York, Salesian High School. Comes in hitting 174, a double, no RBIs, and 4 runs scored. Huskies expecting a bunt as Pulshan's going to crash in from first. Squares it up, gets it down to Jake. The throw over to third is not in time. So it's going to be a bunt single. Yep. So Arias reaches on the fielder's choice. Gets credit for a sacrifice bunt. And everybody's safe and the bases are loaded. So now back to the top of the order, and Charles Misiano, bases loaded and nobody out. Strike from Carter, followed up by ball 1. Pitch misses up high. Misiano now ahead in the count. There's a ground ball to short. DePretta Johnson to Fitzgerald for 1. Over to first for the double play. Blackbirds do get a run home on the play to cut it to 2-1.
Left fielder, number 30, Joe Curcio.
That moves Smith over to third base here with 2 outs now in the top of the third inning. Brings up the left fielder, Joe Curcio. Swings at the first pitch, and a great diving stop by Pulshan. The backhanded flip to Carter covering as the Huskies maintain the lead on a spectacular play by Jake Pulshan. We head to the bottom of the third inning, HBU 2, LIU 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
The real story is I'm in here every morning, and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group. So.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here, and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
We head to the bottom of the third inning. HBU with a 2-1 lead. LIU loading the bases with nobody out in the top of the inning and only coming away with 1 run scored on a double play ball. Jake Pulshawn, the first baseman, to end the inning, made a diving stop behind the first base bag and made a backhanded flip to the pitcher Carter covering to end the inning and maintain the lead for HBU. Back to the top of the order for the Huskies and Spencer Halloran. First pitch from Fragemiel misses outside. Spencer walked his first time up, came around to score on the triple by Zane Otten. The 1-0 pitch. That one is off the foot of Halloran. So now it's 1-1. Who said Halloran hitting .487. Seven extra base hits, 13 driven in, and 12 runs scored. So 1-1 the count. Fragemiel with the pitch. A slider on the outside corner for strike 2. This is a 1-2 pitch. Spencer fouls that one off. Another 1-2. Chopper to short. Arias is there. The throw over to first. Dug out by the first baseman, Peyote, for the first out.
Center fielder number 9, Zane Otten.
That brings up Zane Otten. RBI triple in the first inning, scored on Jake Pulshawn's sacrifice fly. So Zane now 2 for 5 on the season. Scored 5 runs. Squares the bunt. Gets it down, and that's a good one. And there's going to be no play at first. A leadoff, 1-out bunt single for Otten.
First baseman, number 40, Jake Pulshawn.
So Zane's 2 for 2. That brings up Jake Pulshawn. Again, Jake with the sac fly in the first inning. Gave the Huskies a 2-0 lead. It's now 2-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch is inside and hits Pulshawn. That brings up Joe Van Marter.
29, Joe Van Marter.
Joe struck out his first time up. Joe starting at DH today with Otten back in the lineup. Zane moving to center field. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it towards the Huskies dugout on the third base side. So Otten at second base, Pulshon at first. The 0-1, and a ground ball through the left side. Otten is being waved home. The throw is cut off. The Huskies lead it 3-1.
The catcher.
So now 2 on for Blake Thomas with 1 out. Huskies now with a 3-1 lead. The chopper to the left side and foul. That pitch is inside and hits Thomas, and the bases are loaded with 1 out for Brandon Brents. Second hit batter for Frage-Jamil in this inning. Hit Pulshon, who's on at first. Van Marter followed with a single, and now Blake Thomas hit by a pitch. The runner at first base. We're going to have a visit to the mound from the pitching coach for the Blackbirds. The bases loaded, 1 out, and the Huskies leading 3-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So, Brandon Brents at the plate, struck out his first time up to lead off the 2nd inning. Zane Otten with a bunt single with 1 out. Got this started for HBU. Pulshon was hit by a pitch. Van Marter with an RBI single. And then Thomas hit by the pitch to load the bases. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors for HBU. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for the Blackbirds. So Brent's the left-handed batter, digs in. Frage-Jamil from the stretch, and the first pitch on the way to Brandon. Swung on, lifted into right center field, and that is down in the gap. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Van Marter is coming in. They're going to have to hold up Thomas at third. And it's a 2-run double for Brandon Brents.
Third baseman, number 6, Kendrick.
The runners at second and third for Kendrick Holmes. Kendrick a sacrifice bunt in his first at bat. Thomas had to hold up to see if Mercadante or Smith was going to get to that ball in the gap. They couldn't. And he had to hold up at third. Now 5-1 Huskies. Frage-Jamil with the pitch. Buzzed the tower on Holmes as Kenny ducks out of the way at ball 1. Kendrick, a sophomore, 5'7", 150 from Katy to Taylor High School. Infield comes in for LIU. Everybody on the edge of the grass. Runners at second and third and 1 out. 1-0 count on Holmes. Outfielder's pretty shallow as well. 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. Kendrick going 2 for 2 in game 2 yesterday, replacing the injured Austin Zellweger. 2 for 3 on the season. That pitch down and in for ball 3. Three and 0 count, 1 out. Runners at second and third for HBU. And the pitch on the way, taken for strike 1. Frazier Meal comes set. And the 3-1, a ground ball back up the middle, a base hit. 1 run is in. Brents is going to be held up at third, but an RBI single for Kendrick Holmes.
Second baseman, number 10, Jack Fitzgerald.
So first RBI of his HBU career for Kendrick Holmes gives the Huskies a 6-1 lead. Might have had 2, but Brents had to hold up at second to see if Arias was going to come up with that diving attempt. Held him up going to third, but now runners on the corners for Jack Fitzgerald. Jack grounded out to third his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Brent's at third, Holmes at first. Swing and a miss at strike 1. Frazier Meal passing the 50 pitch mark. Now at 51, 33 for strikes here in the third inning. Frazier Meal steps off. Holmes doesn't have a big lead over at first. Swung on and missed. Fitzgerald behind in the count, 0-2. Sign from head coach Jared Mood, coaching down at third base. Volunteer assistant coach Brent Schmidt over in the first base coaching box. That pitch swung on a foul tip, but into the mitt of Preschel. Holds on for out number 2.
The shortstop, number 3, Tyler DePreta Johnson.
Brings up Tyler DePreta Johnson with runners on the corners and 2 outs now. Bottom of the third inning. Huskies have scored 4 times and lead at 6-1. Tyler popped up to the third baseman, Turner, his first time up. Fastball low and away for ball 1. That pitch also low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Frazier Meal sets. Now the 2-0 pitch. Down low for ball 3. .3-0 on the way. That misses inside for ball 4. Bases loaded once again for HBU, and Spencer Halloran comes to the plate.
Number 14, Spencer Halloran.
So Brent's at third, Holmes at second, DePretta Johnson at first. Halloran the batter with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Spencer's 0 for 1. Walked and scored in the 1st inning. Grounded out to short earlier in this inning. Actually led off this inning. Then everybody but Jack Fitzgerald has reached base since. First pitch to Halloran. Misses down and in for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, driven into left center field. Curcio is there and makes the catch for the 3rd out. Huskies leave the bases loaded here, but they do score 4. We head to the 4th. HBU 6, LIU 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Recording artist Kevin Fowler.
Oh, I love the sound of fast boats racing, rooster tails are flying high. Love to hear all my riding friends rocking, howling at the full moonlight. Love to see those fireflies buzzing, lighting up the southern sky. Yeah, I'm a hell-bent 100% Texan till I die. Like lots of 100% Texans, I love having a good time on the water. But remember, nobody's waterproof. Play it safe. Wear a life jacket and designate a driver for the boat and for a safe ride home. Follow these tips and there'll be a lot more days for you to play in this great state of Texas. Nobody's waterproof, yeah, that's a hell-bent truth, and you know it ain't no lie.
Sponsored by Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Ross Renault back here at Husky Field on this overcast, windy Saturday afternoon. Not afternoon yet, about 3 minutes away. Huskies with a 6-1 lead, top of the 4th inning. Zach Carter. First pitch on the way to Andrew Turner is a strike on the outside corner. Turner 0 for 1, grounded out to short to end the 1st inning. Takes another strike from Carter. So Zach now staked to a 6-1 lead. O2 pitch swung on, lifted to center. Zane Otten going back. It makes the catch for the 1st out. Talked about it on the pregame show. Zach Carter enjoyed pretty good run support in his 2 starts. First one against Fordham came in a 13-5 victory. And last weekend, a 10-2 winner. So the Huskies have scored 13, 10, and 6 so far in Carter's 3 starts. 1-0 to Jackson, a chopper to first, and goes foul. Jackson grounded out to second his first time up. And a slider on the outside corner for strike two. Didn't get to the Southland Conference scoreboard in the third inning. Trying to get it done here. Ball bounces in front of the plate. Bradley leading Sam Houston State 3-2. The bottom of the third inning in Huntsville. Swinging a foul ball on the left side. Southeastern Louisiana leading Seton Hall 2-0. Top of the second inning. Seton Hall is the home team. That game, the Cox Diamond Invitational in Pensacola, Florida. So swing and a miss. Thomas will have to throw it down to first. He does. And a strikeout for Carter. That's his first of the game. Brings up Harrison Preschel, the catcher. Grounded out to third, his first time up. He's up here with 2 outs and nobody on, top of the fourth inning. Later on today, a noon start, Lamar at UT Rio Grande Valley. At 2 o'clock, we'll have to come back to it in the bottom half of the inning as DePretta Johnson, well, maybe we're not, DePretta Johnson throws it away, and that's an error on the Huskies shortstop. You can blame that one on me for calling that one too soon. So Preschel reaches on the error by DePretta Johnson.
Number 20, Dom Peyote.
Brings up Dom Peyote, the first baseman. Grounded out to short two in the second inning. So that gives us time to run through the 2 o'clock starts. Alcorn State at New Orleans. Northwestern State at Kansas. Central Arkansas at Missouri State. Stephen F. Austin at Washington State. And Creighton at Abilene Christian. 2:30, Bradley and Sam Houston State. About the approximate time for the second game of their doubleheader. So strike to Peyote. At 3 o'clock, Omaha at Incarnate Word. Prairie View A&M's at McNeese. At 5:30, Stephen F. Austin, second game of their doubleheader against Washington State. And the last game of the evening, 6 o'clock, Brown is at Nichols. So 0-1 the count on Peyote, 2 outs and a runner on. Chopper towards third and wide of the bag. Now the count's 0-2. Peyote wearing number 20 today, usually number 5. Anthony Rupp, yesterday's starter in game 1 for the Blackbirds, usually number 20, but obviously not going to see him today, so Peyote wearing his number. 0-2 fastball misses inside. Peyote gets out of the way. Carter sets in the 1-2 pitch. Low and away and blocked by Thomas. Evening up the count on Peyote. Two-two pitch, swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Carter here to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the fourth. HBU 6, LIU 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
You just hit the flavor motherload. Guaranteed delicious. Firehouse subs are packed beyond belief with steaming hot premium meats and cheeses. Starting at only $5.49, it's gourmet subs without the gourmet prices. Just look at our club on a sub. And by look, he means try. Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, melty Monterey Jack, and bacony bacon. Firehouse subs. Starting at only $5.49. One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
At Houston Federal Credit Union, we're dedicated to our members, our communities, and now the students, faculty, and employees of Houston Baptist University. From checking and savings accounts to loans, IRAs, money markets, and other financial tools, HFCU is ready to serve the HBU Huskies and their fans. Learn more today. Call 866-OUR-HFCU or log on to HoustonFCU.org. Houston Federal Credit Union and the HBU Huskies. That's a doggone good team.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCAA.
Russ Renault here for the bottom of the fourth inning at Husky Field. 2, 3, and 4 due up for HBU. Zane Otten, Jake Pulshon, and Joe Van Martyr. Zane's 2 for 2 today. RBI triple and scored a run in the first inning. Then in the third, singled and scored a run. Got the Huskies rally started with a bunt single. That moves Turner even with the bag at third now. And Otten takes strike one from Frejamil. The 0-1. Fastball outer half for strike two. So Zane now hitting .500. 3 for 6 on the season. There's a ground ball, and that is gloved by Arias in the hole. No chance to get Otten. So another infield single for Zane. Brings up Jake Pulshon. Jake, a sacrifice fly in the first inning. That scored Otten after the triple. Hit by a pitch and scored a run last inning. Otten injured that thumb in the season opening series. Missed last weekend. We didn't see him in a pinch running role. He has the hand taped. He's at bat, and then when he gets on base, ball one misses outside. Has another pad that he puts over that one. It's not exactly the oven mitt that we've seen surface the last couple of years, just more of a brace on that right hand protecting the thumb. Runner goes, swung on and popped up on the infield. Otten's going to have to hurry back. Arias makes the catch for the first out.
Designated hitter number 29, Joe Van Martyr.
Brings up Joe Van Martyr. RBI single his last time up. Struck out the first inning. Joe now hitting .243. Swings at the first pitch. Fouls it off. Otten, the runner at first, led the Huskies in stolen bases last year, 13 for 13. Won the count on Van Martyr, 1 out, 1 on, bottom of the fourth. HBU with a 6-1 lead. Another throw over to first. Runner goes, pitch swung on and missed, throw down to second, not in time. Zane Otten steals his first bag of the season. And looks down at that thumb. Takes off the brace. I think he's just digging the dirt out of the tape on the hand. So it's 0-2 on Van Martyr. Van Otten now at second with a stolen base. Frazier comes set. Now steps off. The 0-2 to Van Marter. Down and in for ball one. So it's argument coming from the LIU dugout. Home plate umpire Caleb Underwood's had enough of it, issuing a warning. So out in the runner at second, Van Marter with a 1-2 count. Frazier looking in. Takes a very long look in. Now finally goes into the stretch, takes a look at the runner Otten. Pitch on the way and chop foul. Van Marter digs back in. Being set for another 1-2 pitch. There's a spin. Throw toward second. They have Otten picked off. So now 2 outs and nobody on for HBU. Nice pickoff move by Frazier. The throw to the second baseman, Misiano, for the second out. So the 1-2. Van Marter takes strike 3 on the outside corner. Second time Van Marter has struck out today. It's the 4th strikeout for Frazier. We head to the 5th inning. HBU 6, LIU 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Excuse me, is that your Diet Pepsi?
Sofia Vergara. Yeah, this is my Diet Pepsi. I love Diet Pepsi.
Do you love every sip?
Nothing is better than drinking a refreshing Diet Pepsi and just reveling in its crisp, delicious taste.
Well, you know what they say. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
So I should set this Diet Pepsi free and wait for it to come back. Then it'll be more delicious than ever. Would you hold my Diet Pepsi for me?
I'd love to.
Thank you. What happens now?
Go, get out of here. It can't come back to you if you're standing next to it.
Thanks, Sophia. I'll wait for you, Diet Pepsi.
The only thing better than an ice-cold Diet Pepsi is a free ice-cold Diet Pepsi.
Love every sip at dietpepsi.com.
We go to the top of the 5th inning here at Husky Field. It'll be Joe Mercadante to lead it off against Zach Carter. Huskies with a 6-1 lead, scored 2 runs in the first inning. LIU scored 1 in the top of the 3rd. HBU answering back with 4 runs. They batted around that inning, sent 10 to the plate. Now lead at 6-1. Mercadante led off the 3rd inning with a double and came around to score. Fastball low and away from Carter. LIU loaded the bases with nobody out in that top of the 3rd inning and could just come away with the 1 run. This one popped up on the right side of the infield. Fitzgerald calls off Pulshan and makes the catch for the out.
Center fielder number 26.
That'll be Andrew Smith. Smith walked in the third inning. He was stranded at third. First pitch is high for a ball. Blackbirds scored their run. The bases loaded. Double play. That pitch down and in. Duo from Carter. Hits the inside corner for strike one. This is a chopper off the end of the bat. Fitzgerald up with it and over to first for the second out.
The shortstop, number 11, Luis Arias.
Number 9 hitter for the Blackbirds, shortstop Luis Arias. Takes ball one low. Arias reached on a fielder's choice, and that loaded the bases in the third inning. Laid down a bunt. There's a ground ball in the hole and into left field for a base hit. Again, we had runners at first and second in the third inning. Arias laid down a bunt to the first base side. Pulshawn trying to get the force out at third. The throw was just a tad bit late, and that loaded the bases. Carter got a double play ball from Misiano. Then Curcio, and that scored the Blackbirds' run. Then Curcio grounded out to end the inning. Misiano up now. Swings the first pitch and fouls it back. Misiano 0 for 1. Walked in the first inning. Then grounded into double play in the third. Changeup is in there. Carter gets ahead in the count, 0-2. 2 outs, Arias the runner at first. Swinging a foul back. Arias leads away from first. Carter sets at the belt and the 0-2. On the outside part of the plate, throw down by Thomas to first. And Arias dives back in. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Misiano. That pitch bounces in front of the plate. Thomas blocks it. Count goes even. Two-two pitch. Down low and a full count to the Blackbirds' second baseman. Arias will be on the move on the pitch with a full count and 2 outs. Carter with a step off. Runner goes, and there's a chopper to the left side, and that gets through for a base hit. Arias, rounding second, will hold up there. Back-to-back base hits for LIU with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning.
30, Joe Curcio.
Brings up Joe Curcio. Grounded into a double play. in the first inning. And grounded out to Jake Pulshan to end the third. A great play by Pulshan. It's a strike on the outside corner. Blackbirds had the potential tying run at third. It's 2-1 at the time. Pulshan making a diving stop down the first baseline and backhanding it to Carter for the out. A swing and a miss and a changeup. It's 0-2. Huskies added 4 in the bottom of that inning. Now lead at 6-1. The 0-2 from Carter. Swung on and missed. Strikeout from Zach. That is his third. We add to the bottom of the fifth inning. HBU 6, LIU 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group. So.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
Bottom of the fifth inning here in Houston. HBU with a 6-1 lead over LIU here in the series finale of this 3-game set. 2 teams split yesterday's games. LIU with a 4-2 victory in 10 innings in Game 1. HBU with an 11-5 win in Game 2. Blake Thomas to lead it off against Nick Frangemiel. Swings and misses at strike 1. Oh, 1 smash foul. Blake's 0 for 1, struck out to end the first inning. Hit by a pitch and scored in the third. Down the count here, 0-2. Fights that pitch off to foul it back. It's low and away for a ball. Frangemiel into the windup, the 1-2. Thomas with a chopper to short. Arias backhands it. Throw over to first in time for the first out.
The right fielder
Brings up Brandon Brents. 1 for 2. Struck out the lead off the second, then delivered a 2-run double in the third. The chopper foul. The 0-1 on the way. Strike on the outside corner. Really been the difference the last 2 innings for Frangemiel. Working ahead in the count. Head here 0-2 on Brents. Pitch, a line drive to first, caught by Peyote for the second out. So each first baseman has made a great defensive play today. That brings up Kendrick Holmes. Sacrifice bunt in the second inning. RBI single in the third. Pitch is up high for ball one. An off-speed pitch on the inside corner to even the count. One pitch off the glove of Frazier-Meal. Second baseman Misiano's throw over to first in time to retire Holmes. So the first 1-2-3 inning of the day for Frazier-Meal comes here in the fifth. We head to the sixth. HBU 6, LIU 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
At the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, we're dedicated to the dedicated, who lace up before sunrise, who don't let a hard hit keep them down, who want the ball when the game's on the line. So team up with the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute at Texas Medical Center, Memorial City, or the Woodlands, where our affiliated surgeons, specialists, and physical therapists offer all athletes the elite care they need to forge ahead.
But what about you? When you text that really cute guy you met at a party on Friday, and he immediately texts you back, you celebrate with an ice-cold Pepsi. Sounds good, doesn't it?
But why stop there? The refreshing taste of Pepsi is the perfect way to celebrate anything. Like when you and your roommate order a pizza and the delivery guy throws in extra breadsticks, no charge. That's worth a Pepsi celebration. Break out the Pepsi.
Top of the sixth inning here at Husky Field. HBU with a 6-1 lead over LIU. Defensive change for HBU. Jake Pulshan moving from first base to catcher. Blake Thomas leaving the game. Cody Marshall going to first base.
Leading off for the Blackbirds, the third baseman, number 21, Andrew Turner.
So Jake Pulshan doing the catching. Cody Marshall moving into the 5-hole. He is now at first base. Zach Carter still on the mound. We'll face Andrew Turner to lead it off here in the sixth. That ball bounces for ball one. Ground ball to third, and it's a fair ball. Holmes couldn't backhand it on the slide. Turner heading for second, and he's on the leadoff double. Turner with his second double of the season. Makes him 1 for 3 on the day. Brings up William Jackson. Jackson 0 for 2. Grounded out in the second inning. Struck out in the fourth. Carter sets and the first pitch. Jackson out in front. Swings and misses for strike one. Jackson out in front of that one as well. It's 0-2. Carter with the 0-2 pitch. Down low. I think Cody Marshall for the first time this season at first base. Seen him pitch. Seen him pinch hit. Have yet to see him in the field. He's now over at first. Pulshan behind the plate. The 0-2 to Jackson. An off-speed pitch, and Jackson just fooled all 3 times. Swings and misses for the first out.
Catcher number 3, Harrison Prashul.
Brings up the catcher, Harrison Preschel. For 2, grounded out to third in the second inning. Reached on an error in the fourth. Takes ball 1 low from Carter. Zach sets, now steps off. That calls Jake Pulshan out, looking at the runner, Andrew Turner. Don't know if Carter's picking up on something Turner's doing over at second. Turner on with a leadoff double. Pitch down low for a ball, and it's 2-0. 80th pitch of the game for Carter. Comes here in the top of the 6th inning. The ground ball to second. Fitzgerald has it. Throw over to first for the out as Turner moves up to third. 2 outs now here in the 6th.
First baseman number 20, Dom Peyote.
Peyote swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Peyote 0 for 2, grounded out to short in the second inning, struck out 2 in the fourth. Turner, the runner at third, 2 outs. Huskies with a 6-1 lead. Foul ball on the left side. Carter ahead in the count 0-2. Carter comes up and in with a fastball, taken for ball 1. That pitch is in there for called strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Zach Carter. Excuse me, the 5th strikeout of the game for Zach Carter. And that ends the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning. We head to the bottom half now. HBU 6, LIU 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
we know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true. Giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel, so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton. where the little things mean everything.
Bottom of the 6th inning in Houston. HBU leading LIU 6-1. Jack Fitzgerald to lead it off for the Huskies against Nick Frazier-Meal. Frazier-Meal's retired the last 5 batters after a 4-run 3rd inning. Fitzgerald swings at the first pitch and misses. Jack 0 for 2, grounded out to 3rd in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 3rd inning. 80th pitch for Frazier-Meal. Ground ball wide of 3rd. 2-2. Had some action in the LIU bullpen earlier. That was when the Huskies had that 4-run rally in the 3rd inning. Believe there's another right-hander up in the bullpen now, blocked by the screen. If we can get a number, pass it along to you. The 1-2 to Fitzgerald, drive into right center field, and that is down for a base hit for Fitzgerald. So Jack going the other way and dumping it into right center field for a leadoff base hit. Now the batter's Tyler DePretta Johnson. Popped up to 3rd his first time up. Walked in the 3rd inning. Tyler hitting .324 this year. There's a ground ball. Coach Jared Moon steps out of the way of that one. Fitzgerald on at first with a leadoff single. Wind has died down a little bit here at Husky Field. Pitch inside. Was blowing about 14 miles per hour out to left center at the start of the game. Even picked up a little bit in the 3rd inning. The 1-1 to DePretta Johnson. Grounder on the 3rd baseline. Turner comes up with it, but it's called foul. So 1-2 count on DePretta Johnson. Frazier-Meal comes set. Pitch on the way is inside to even the count. Busy day here on campus at HBU. Following this game, women's basketball take on Abilene Christian at 3:30, senior day for the women. Then following that, senior night for men's basketball also against ACU. That's at 7 o'clock at Sharp Gym. So ground ball past the 3rd baseman, Turner. And a base hit for DePretta Johnson.
Left fielder number 14, Spencer.
So Tyler has hit safely in all 3 games in this series. And that is likely going to do it for Nick Frazier-Meal. Head coach Dan Perillo making his way out to the mound, and he has made the call of the bullpen. We will take a break, come back and tell you about LIU's new pitcher, After this break, you're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Is it time to buy your first or next car? Let Houston Federal Credit Union help. Their super low rates and easy payment terms can save you a lot of money. Plus, their fast approval will put you behind the wheel of your dream car in no time. Stop by their office near campus at 6808 Bentliff Drive or visit them online at houstonfcu.org and let them help you get the very best deal on your new or pre-owned car or truck. Experience a better way of banking at Houston Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of HBU.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCAA.
We're here talking to one of the fastest growing invasive species in Texas.
Hi, I'm Giant Salvinia, nasty invasive species. I double in size every week.
I understand you destroy Texas lakes and ruin fishing.
Oh, yeah, that's my thing.
And that would be why boaters, fishermen, and skiers hate you.
Yep, but they do give me rides from lake to lake.
Folks, Giant Salvinia clings to boats, trailers, and gear, so remove even the smallest piece and put it in the trash.
Don't tell them that!
Hello, Giant Salvinia. Goodbye, Texas lakes. A message from Texas Parks and Wildlife.
What's it mean for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, to send someone to your job site? It means electricians that pass basic trigonometry, calculus, or algebra are sent to your job site. It means electricians familiar with OSHA compliance are sent to your job site. It means IBW electricians made a conscious decision to improve their life and the lives of others. What does it mean? It means everything. To be the best, hire the best.
The time is now to hire IBEW.
New pitcher on the mound for LIU, right-hander Matt Ornstein. Saw him yesterday in the second game of the doubleheader. Pitched 2 1/3 innings. No runs ahead. 1 strikeout, no walks. Starts off Spencer Halloran with a strike. Ornstein this season, 1 run on 1 hit. 2 hits now. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 5 1/3 innings. The swing and a miss by Halloran. Spencer behind in the count, 0-2. 0 for 2 today. Walked and scored in the first, grounded out to short, and flied out to left in the 4th inning. To pitch a check swing. Ornstein has it. Goes to third with it for 1. Throw over to first. Gets past the first baseman. DePretta Johnson will come around. He will score. So it's going to be an error on the third baseman, allowing DePretta Johnson to score and Halloran to go to second. Huskies now leading 7-1.
Center fielder number 9, Zane Otten.
That brings up Zane Otten. Swings and misses at strike 1. Zane is 3 for 3, tripled and scored. Drove in a run in the first inning. Singled and scored in the third and singled in the fourth before he was picked off. There's a chopper to third. Turner can't come up with it, and that's down the line. And Zane is going to head to second with a double. Now is rounding second as Halloran scores. Zane Otten with another RBI today. Huskies lead it 8-1.
First baseman number 40, Jake Bouchon.
That brings up Jake Pulshawn, now doing the catching for HBU. Otten at second with one out. Breaking ball low and away for a ball. Couple of raindrops. A little sprinkling here at Husky Field. The umbrellas start to come out. Pitch low and outside for a ball. The 2-0 pitch up high for ball 3. Told you about what was going on in HBU athletics today. Men's basketball in a 3-way tie for second place. It's a game behind New Orleans, so depending what happens in Thibodaux, Louisiana tonight, see how the Southland Conference tournament seedings shake out. Pitch on the way to Pulshawn, misses for ball 4. Starting to rain a little bit more as people start to head for cover.
Number 29, Joe Van Marder.
So Pulshawn reaches on a walk with one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. HBU leading LIU 8-1. Joe Van Marder, the batter, with 2 on and 1 out. Joe is 1 for 3. Struck out in the 1st inning. RBI single and scored in the 3rd. Struck out in the 4th. Takes a strike here from Ornstein. And that pitch inside hits Van Marder. And the bases are loaded with 1 out for HBU. That brings up Cody Marshall. That puts another left-handed bat in the lineup for the Huskies. Blake Thomas left the game, so that moved the first baseman Pulshawn to catcher. And Cody Marshall taking over at first base. Going to have another pitching change, it looks like. That's going to be it for Ornstein. Going to have another pitching change here. Tell you about the Blackbirds' new pitcher. Right after this break, you're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Are you a graduate of Houston Baptist University? Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
So we go to a pitching change, another one this inning for LIU. With the left-handed batter Cody Marshall coming up. Blackbirds go with William Jackson, the designated hitter in this game. Lefty, 6'2", 205, as I said, from Hamden, Connecticut. Jackson making his 3rd appearance this season. No record, 7.20 ERA. He's given up 4 runs on 4 hits with 3 strikeouts, 3 walks in 5 innings. He's here to face left-handed batter Cody Marshall, who has 1 at bat this season for the Huskies. That came in last weekend's series against Rhode Island. And Marshall with an RBI double. He's up here with the bases loaded and 1 out. Again, we've seen Marshall 5 times on the mound this year. Just the 1 at-bat. Takes a fastball from Jackson for strike 1. Huskies leading 8-1, bottom of the 6th inning. Jackson comes set. Breaking ball inside. Otten at third, Pulshan at second, Van Marter at first. Jackson's 1-1 pitch. Low and outside, a nice stop by Preschel. The 2-1 to Marshall, down low for ball 3. Otten reached on an RBI double. Pulshan walked, and Van Marter hit by a pitch. Huskies have already scored 2 runs this inning. Back-to-back leadoff singles by Fitzgerald and DePretta Johnson. Bases loaded and a 3-1 count on Marshall. Jackson's pitch on the way is low for a ball, and Marshall gets credit for another RBI, so he's been to the plate 2 times this year and has scored 2 runs.
Right fielder, number 2, Brandon Brents.
So Brandon Brents, another left-handed batter. These are the only 2 in the Huskies lineup now, Marshall and Brents. Brents came up with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning. Delivered a 2-run double. So he's 1 for 3 today. Struck out in the 2nd inning, then the 2-run double in the 3rd. Hit the ball hard in the 5th. Lined out to the first baseman. Takes ball 1 from Jackson. That pitch is on the inside corner at the knees for a strike. Jackson comes set. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Inside to Brents. Jackson's 2-1 pitch. Misses outside, and it's 3-1. Already walked in a run. Marshall in danger of doing that here with Brents. The 3-1 pitch, a ground ball, and that one is knocked down by the first baseman, Peyote, but it trickles into right field. 2 runs are in. Marshall held up at third. Another 2-run double for Brandon Brents, and it's 11-1 HBU.
Third baseman, number 6, Kendrick Holmes.
That brings up Kendrick Holmes. HBU up by 10 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Huskies have scored 5 times. Infield comes in for the Blackbirds. And ball 1 misses outside. Kenny 1 for 2. Sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning. RBI single in the 3rd. And a ground ball back off the pitcher that second baseman picked up and threw over to first to retire him in the 5th. Rain coming down a little more steadily here. 2-0 the count on Holmes, and ball 3 misses outside. This is what we were trying to avoid with the earlier start today. The rain now coming down. The 3-0 misses outside as Holmes draws a walk and the bases are loaded again. So that's going to bring up Elijah Simone, pinch hitting for Jack Fitzgerald. So Simone
Pitch hitting for the Huskies, number 36,
will
Elijah
likely go to third
Simone.
base, moving Kendrick Holmes to second, but we'll see when we go to the 7th inning. The way the rain's coming down, don't know if we will get there. Simone drills the first pitch into left center field, and that is down for a base hit all the way to the wall. 3 runs are going to score, and Elijah Simone with a bases clearing double here in the 6th inning. (14-1) HBU.
Shortstop, number
Elijah
3,
Simone with his
Johnson.
first base hit as a Husky, a 3-run double. And that got down the gap. The speed of Kendrick Holmes. He was going to score from first easily. Now it's Tyler DePretta Johnson. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner from Jackson. Off-speed pitch on the inside corner for strike 2. Tyler 1 for 2. Popped up to third in the 2nd inning, walked in the 3rd. Singled and scored earlier this inning. Up and away for a ball. th batter of the inning for HBU. Huskies have scored 8 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2 pitch, chopper foul. Jackson comes set. Now the pitch on the way. Drive into center field. Jared Moon is going to hold up Simone at third. So now the batter, Spencer Halloran, back to the top of the order for the Huskies. Still just 1 out here in the 6th inning.
Left fielder, number 14, Spencer Halloran.
Halloran grounded into a fielder's choice for the first out of this inning. Reached on an error, advanced on an error. And that pitch is up high for a ball. That pitch is outside, and it's 2-0. Spencer 0 for 3. Walked and scored in the 1st inning. Batted twice in the 3rd. Made 2 outs. Reached on a fielder's choice in this inning. Swings and misses at that pitch from Jackson. (14-1) HBU. Takes that strike on the outside corner to even the count. The 2-2 from Jackson. Halloran takes that one for strike 3 on the inside corner. So he's second out here
Center fielder,
in the 6th inning.
Zane Otten.
Zane Otten, the batter, swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Zane's had a great day here, 4 for 4. 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, a triple and a double. The 0-1 taken for a strike, and now it's 0-2. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Huskies leading 14-1. Bottom of the 6th inning here in the series finale. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Jackson gets out of the inning with a strikeout. We head to the 7th, HBU 14, LIU 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Tammy and I have been going steady since high school.
Tammy and Tommy, 2 peas in a pod, as they say.
We have all the same friends. We like all the same things. I mean, we practically even have the same name.
But there's one thing we could just never agree on.
Soda.
I have been begging him all these years to just try Pepsi, and I knew he would change his tune.
Yeah.
So, finally, I had him take the Pepsi Taste Challenge. And go on, tell him what you told me, Tommy.
I'm a Pepsi man.
Right? Gosh, isn't Pepsi so good?
I tell you what, I don't know why I didn't try it sooner.
Me neither.
It's so crisp and refreshing and bubbly.
Like me.
Like you.
I'm always right.
She's always right.
All across the South, people are choosing the great taste of Pepsi. Take the Pepsi Taste Challenge and let your taste decide.
At the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, we're dedicated to the dedicated, who lace up before sunrise, who don't let a hard hit keep them down, who want the ball when the game's on the line. So team up with the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute at Texas Medical Center, Memorial City, or the Woodlands, where our affiliated surgeons, specialists, and physical therapists offer all athletes the elite care they need to forge ahead.
Go to the 7th inning here at Husky Field. The rain started last inning. It's coming down a little bit harder earlier. Let up just a little bit, but still enough to chase everybody out of the stands or underneath their umbrella. Got a new pitcher for the Huskies. Zach Carter had come out for the 7th inning, but head coach Jared Moon pulled him off the mound, and now it's JT Newton, sophomore right-hander, 6'1", 210 from Bangs, Texas, and Bangs High School. Other changes defensively as Elijah Simone pinch hit for Jack Fitzgerald, the second baseman. So Simone stays in the game at third base, moving Kendrick Holmes to second. Beat Joe Mercadante to lead it off against Newton. That pitch misses low for a ball. Huskies scored 8 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, now lead at 14-1. Pitch swung on, lifted into center field. Zane Otten moving back and makes the catch for the first out. Now Andrew Smith.
Number 26, Andrew Smith.
Smith is 0 for 1. Walked in the 3rd inning. Grounded out to second in the 5th. Swings the first pitch and fouls it off. Pitch is low. 1-1 the count now on Smith. Huskies 14 runs on 12 hits. 1 error. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors for LIU. That pitch is low for a ball. And it's 2-1. Take a look at the Southland Conference scoreboard once again this inning. The chopper to short. DePretta Johnson boots it. And that's going to be an error on the Husky shortstop.
Shortstop, number 11.
Second error of the day on the Huskies. It's the second for Tyler. Comes with 1 out here in the 7th inning. Shortstop Arias coming up. Takes strike 1 from Newton. Down low for a ball. 1-1 the count on Arias. Fastball misses. That one hits the outside corner, evening up the count 2-2. Arias is 1 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. Singled in the 5th. Swings and misses and strikes out here as Newton gets the 2nd out. Gonna have a pinch hitter here for LIU. Missiano was due up. Now the batter's going to be Andy Camillo, sophomore from the Bronx, New York.
Andy Camillo.
Saw Camillo in yesterday's game. Drew a walk as a pinch hitter. Here, one off the end of the bat. Holmes moves over and makes the play as we head to the 7th inning stretch. HBU 14 and LIU 1. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Due to the inclement weather, we're going to be stretching on out of here. That's the ball game. With the Huskies winning by a score of 14.
So they're going to call the game here. The Huskies leading 14-1 after the top of the 7th. So the Huskies taking this series finale over LIU 14-1, scoring 8 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll come back and wrap it up here on the HBU Huskies postgame show. Huskies take this one 2 out of 3 against LIU. You're listening to Huskies Baseball on the Legacy Sports Network.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group. So.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here, and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics. Are you a graduate of Houston Baptist University? Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association, because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
Russ Renaud back here on the HBU Baseball postgame show, wrapping up a 14-1 victory in 7 innings for HBU. Huskies go to 7-4 on the season, LIU falling to 3-6. Winning pitcher for HBU, Zach Carter, goes to 3-0. Nick Frasermeal takes the loss. He's now 1-2 for the Blackbirds. Carter, 1 run, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks in 6 innings. JT Newton pitched 1 inning of scoreless relief for HBU. Frasermeal, 8 runs, 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks in 5 innings. Matt Ornstein and William Jackson giving up 3 runs apiece. Offensively for HBU, Zane Otten, 4 for 5 with a double, a triple, 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored. Brandon Brents, 2 for 4, 2 bases loaded doubles, driving in 4 and scoring a run. Elijah Simone with a bases clearing double. His first hit as a Husky, first RBIs. He had 3 of them. Tyler DePretta Johnson keeps it going. He goes 2 for 3 with a run. Offensively for the Blackbirds, Joe Mercadante scoring the lone run as he went 1 for 3. No RBIs for the Blackbirds. They scored that run on a double play in the 3rd inning. That made it 2-1. The Huskies scored 4 in the bottom of the 3rd to make it 6-1. Then exploded for 8 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to end this one after 7 and take a 14-1 lead. And that is just about it here on the HBU Huskies postgame show. Let's take one quick look at the Southland Conference scoreboard. A couple of games in progress. Sam Houston State leading Bradley 7-6 in the bottom of the 6th inning in Huntsville. And Southeastern Louisiana leading Seton Hall 4-0, top of the 6th inning. Seton Hall, the home team today in that Cox Diamond Invitational in Pensacola, Florida. Rest of the schedule, games just about to get started, and later on today, Lamar at UT Rio Grande Valley. Alcorn State is at New Orleans. Northwestern State at Kansas, where the Huskies will be next weekend. We'll talk about that in a second. Central Arkansas at Missouri State. Stephen F. Austin at Washington State. Creighton is at Abilene Christian. Second game of a doubleheader between Bradley and Sam Houston State coming up. Omaha is at Incarnate Word. Prairie View A&M is at McNeese. Stephen F. Austin at Washington State, and Brown is at Nichols. So our next broadcast will be next Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock in Lawrence, Kansas. We'll actually be on the air at 2:45. A 3-game series against the University of Kansas in Lawrence, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday at 3 o'clock, Saturday at 2 o'clock, and Sunday at 1 o'clock are the first pitches. I'll be on the air 15 minutes prior to the first pitch on the Legacy Sports Network. We'll have all of those for you. You can listen on HBUHuskies.com. I want to thank everybody for watching on YouTube, listening on the Legacy Sports Network here this weekend. Caught all the action on HBUHuskies.com. Huskies take 2 out of 3 from LIU here in this 3-game set, finishing up a 7-game homestand. If you can, make it out here to campus this afternoon, this evening. Women's basketball getting underway at 3:30 against Abilene Christian on Senior Day. Final regular season game for the men and the women. Men with a lot on the line tonight. They are in a 3-way tie for second place and will take on Abilene Christian 7 o'clock tonight at Sharp Gym. So doubleheader in basketball starting here in about 2 hours. I want to thank everybody once again for joining us. This has been Russ Renault bringing you HBU Baseball this weekend. Your final, HBU 14, LIU Brooklyn 1. Dogs up.